The ocean stretches endlessly, a shimmering expanse of blue that holds secrets older than time itself. Beneath the gentle rise and fall of the waves, a world of wonder unfolds, hidden from the sun, untouched by the world above. Descend into the depths, and you enter a realm where sunlight fades into twilight and the water grows cool and mysterious. Here, vibrant schools of fish dart through forests of swaying kelp, and bioluminescent creatures paint the darkness with their ghostly glow. In these shadowy waters, ancient giants glide silently. The mighty sperm whale, ruler of the deep, moves with a grace that belies its immense size. Its massive form slips through the blue, a living legend shaped by millions of years of evolution. The ocean is alive with drama and beauty. Dolphins leap in playful arcs, while whales breach the surface in a thunderous display of power and freedom. Each creature is a treasure perfectly adapted to the ever-changing rhythms of the sea. From the colossal sperm whale to the ancient sturgeon, the ocean is home to beings that have witnessed the rise and fall of continents. Their lives are woven into the fabric of the sea, each one a chapter in the ocean's endless story. The deep blue is a place of contrasts, of gentle currents and violent storms, of silent abysses and bustling reefs. It is a world where survival depends on ancient instincts and delicate balances, where every creature plays a vital role. While the land is carved and mined for its riches, the ocean's treasures are living, breathing wonders, creatures whose value cannot be measured in gold or jewels. Some of the rarest and most precious gifts of the sea are found in the bodies of its inhabitants. The sperm whale, with its mysterious ambergris, and the sturgeon, bearer of the world's finest caviar, are legends of the deep. Yet their true worth lies not in what they can provide, but in the awe they inspire. A single whale gliding through the abyss is more magnificent than any treasure found on land. The ocean's mysteries are endless. In the inky blackness of the deep, strange and beautiful creatures drift, some glowing with their own light, others perfectly camouflaged against the darkness. The sea is a cradle of life, nurturing countless species in its embrace. Coral reefs bloom with colour, while vast open waters are patrolled by silent hunters and gentle giants alike. But this world is fragile. The balance between predator and prey, between abundance and scarcity, is delicate. The loss of even a single species can send ripples through the entire ecosystem. The sperm whale, with its deep-diving prowess and haunting songs, and the sturgeon, ancient and armoured, are both symbols of the ocean's enduring mystery. Their stories are written in the currents and tides. One is a titan of the deep, the other a survivor from the age of dinosaurs. Together they represent the incredible diversity and resilience of marine life. Their paths may never cross, yet their destinies are intertwined by the ocean's vastness and its secrets. The treasures of the sea are not just objects, they are living wonders, each with a story as deep and mysterious as the ocean itself. The ocean's riches are guarded by the creatures that call it home, and its mysteries remain for the most part untouched and unexplored. To journey into the deep is to enter a world of endless possibility, a place where the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and every shadow may conceal a new marvel. Here a single whale is a living fortune, and the smallest eggs can hold the promise of new life and new beginnings. The ocean's methods are ancient and mysterious. Life and death, abundance and scarcity are all part of its eternal cycle. In this world, every creature, from the smallest plankton to the largest whale, is connected by invisible threads of life. The deep blue sea is a living tapestry woven from mystery, beauty, and the timeless dance of its inhabitants. A treasure beyond compare, waiting to be discovered anew with every rising sun. Deep beneath the rolling waves, a colossal shadow glides silently through the blue. The sperm whale, a true titan of the sea, reigns as one of the largest and most powerful predators in the ocean's vast expanse. Males can reach an astonishing 60 feet in length. their bodies weighing as much as 45 tons, an immense living vessel adrift in the endless water. Yet it is not just the whale's size that makes it extraordinary. Every inch of this magnificent creature is a marvel of nature's design, each part serving a purpose in the intricate balance of the ocean. For centuries, the sperm whale has been a drifting treasure chest, its very existence a testament to the ocean's hidden wealth. A single whale in its silent journey carries within it a fortune, its value measured not in coins, but in the rare and precious materials that form its being. This immense worth is not found in a single treasure, but in the harmonious combination of many, the dense meat, the thick blubber, the sturdy bones, and the mysterious ambergris, all woven together by nature's hand. Every part of the whale has a role in the ocean's grand design, each with its own unique value. The meat, rich and nourishing, sustains countless creatures in the deep, becoming a feast for the ocean's scavengers when the whale's journey ends. In the depths, the whale's body transforms into a banquet, supporting entire ecosystems and rare species that depend on this fleeting abundance. The thick blubber, a shield against the cold abyss, is a reservoir of energy and warmth, vital for the whale's survival in the frigid deep. Within this blubber, nature stores high-quality oil, a substance with unique properties that have illuminated the darkness and nourished life for millennia. This oil, once released, drifts through the water, mingling with the currents, a rare and precious gift from the deep. Even in death, the whale's skeleton becomes a monument on the sea floor, its massive bones providing shelter and sustenance for generations of ocean dwellers. Over time, these bones are carved by the sea, transformed into intricate habitats and feeding grounds for the smallest of creatures. The whale's tough skin, marked by the passage of time and tides, is a testament to resilience. Its unique texture a record of a life spent in the open ocean. Nothing is wasted in this cycle. As the whale's body returns to the sea, it nourishes the world around it, fueling new life in the endless blue. Among the rarest treasures is ambergris, a mysterious substance formed within the whale, drifting through the ocean until it is claimed by the waves. As the whale's remains are dispersed, they become the foundation for new growth, spreading nutrients across the sea and supporting a web of life. This comprehensive transformation is what makes the whale a floating fortune, its value measured not just in material, but in the life it sustains and the cycles it completes. The whale is not a single product, but an entire collection of resources and energy, a living supply chain that nourishes the ocean from surface to sea floor. From the richest food to the rarest substances, the sperm whale embodies the ocean's ability to create, sustain, and renew, a floating fortune in every sense. This is why the sperm whale's journey is so vital to the sea, its presence shaping the world beneath the waves as it travels ancient routes across the globe. The promise of this floating fortune is not just in what the whale carries, but in the legacy it leaves behind, an enduring gift to the ocean and to all who dwell within its mysterious depths. Deep beneath the rolling waves, in the vast blue wilderness of the open ocean, a remarkable transformation unfolds, one that begins within the colossal body of the sperm whale, the ocean's enigmatic giant. Within the labyrinthine chambers of the whale's digestive system, a rare waxy substance known as ambergris is born, an alchemical marvel shaped by the mysterious rhythms of marine life. Ambergris, often called floating gold, is a treasure of the sea, its value rivaling the most precious metals, yet its origins are woven into the very fabric of the ocean's ecosystem. Not every sperm whale carries this secret. Only a select few, gliding through the deep, will ever harbour this rare substance, making ambergris a true rarity of the marine world. The process begins as the whale hunts in the inky darkness, diving to crushing depths where giant squid roam. The whale's powerful jaws seize its prey, swallowing not just soft flesh, but also the indigestible, razor-sharp beaks of its quarry. To protect itself from these dangerous fragments, the whale's body secretes a unique substance, enveloping the beaks in a smooth protective coating. This is the beginning of ambergris, a biological shield forged in the depths. Over the course of many years, this secretion is shaped by the whale's movements, the churning of its massive body, and the slow passage of time. Deep within, the ambergris hardens, its texture and scent evolving in the darkness. Eventually, the whale expels this hardened mass into the open sea, where it begins a new journey, adrift on the currents, far from the world of its origin. Most ambergris will never be seen again, lost to the endless blue carried by tides and storms, its fate determined by the whims of the ocean. For years, sometimes decades, the ambergris drifts, floating through sunlit shallows and shadowy depths, a silent passenger in the ocean's ceaseless dance. Bathed by salt water and sunlight, the ambergris undergoes a transformation. The sea and sky cure it, changing its colour from a dark, pliable mass to a pale, waxy solid, its scent deepening and maturing with every passing tide. It is this aged, sea-cured ambergris, shaped by the elements and time itself, that becomes the ocean's most coveted treasure. The journey of ambergris is a testament to the interconnectedness of life in the ocean, a cycle that begins with the whale and is completed by the endless movement of water and wind. Its unique scent, a blend of earth, salt, and sea, is the result of countless interactions between biology and environment, a signature of the ocean's creative power. The aroma of ambergris is complex, earthy, sweet, and marine, an olfactory memory of the whale's journey and the ocean's embrace. But its true magic lies in its ability to bind and preserve, holding together the most delicate scents, much as the ocean holds together the myriad forms of life within it. Even in the smallest amounts, ambergris extends the life of fragrance, echoing the endurance of the whale and the timelessness of the sea. Its molecular structure binds scent molecules, preventing them from vanishing too quickly, just as the ocean's currents gather and hold treasures from every corner of the world. This rare quality makes ambergris a legend among natural substances, a secret ingredient in the ocean's own recipe for endurance and allure. Though science has sought to mimic its properties, the true essence of ambergris remains a gift of the whale and the sea, impossible to fully recreate. The subtlety, depth, and complexity of natural ambergris are the result of a journey that spans years, depths, and the wild, unpredictable heart of the ocean. And so, ambergris remains a symbol of the ocean's mystery, a floating gold, shaped by the lives of whales and the endless movement of the sea. As the sun rises over the endless blue, the ocean continues to guard its secrets, and ambergris drifts on, an enduring testament to the wonders hidden beneath the waves. The saga of sperm whale hunting is etched in the evolution of maritime technology, a tale of ingenious tools and vessels forged for a singular, perilous purpose. In the 18th and 19th centuries, before the era of engines and steel, the ocean was traversed by great wooden ships, their hulls creaking as they cut through the waves in search of giants. These ships, crafted from sturdy timbers, were designed for endurance, built to withstand years at sea, braving storms and the relentless salt air. Yet the true instruments of the hunt were the small, open whaleboats, sleek, agile vessels no larger than a family car, resting quietly alongside their towering motherships. When a whale was sighted, these boats would be lowered into the restless sea, their hulls slicing through the water, propelled by oars and the hope of a successful chase. Each whaleboat was a marvel of design, light enough to be swift, yet strong enough to endure the fury of the hunt. The centerpiece of this technology was the hand-thrown harpoon, a tool that bridged the gap between human ingenuity and the raw power of the sea. Each harpoon was a work of art and engineering, a shaft of seasoned wood tipped with a razor-sharp iron head forged to pierce the thickest blubber. A long, coiled rope was lashed to the harpoon's end, its fibers twisted for strength, ready to tether the small boat to a creature many times its size. The harpoon's design demanded proximity. Its range was measured in feet, not yards, requiring the boat to draw perilously close to its quarry. With a powerful thrust, the harpoon would be launched, its iron head plunging deep into the whale's hide, the ropes snaking out behind it. The goal was not an instant end, but a secure connection, the rope growing taut as the whale surged away, binding boat and beast in a deadly dance. The harpoon's barbed head was engineered to hold fast, even as the ocean erupted in chaos, the whale's immense strength testing every link and knot. The rope, made from the finest hemp, was coiled in the boat, ready to pay out rapidly, its tension a lifeline and a threat. This moment marked the beginning of the legendary Nantucket sleigh ride, the whaleboat hurtling across the waves, drawn by the desperate flight of the whale. The whale would dive and surface, the rope hissing through the water, the boat skimming behind at breakneck speed. This chase could stretch on for hours, the sun rising and falling as the pursuit continued, the rope and boat enduring the relentless strain. Every inch of rope, every knot and splice was tested by the force of the ocean and the might of the whale. The whale's tail, a massive fluke, could shatter wood with a single blow, a reminder of the delicate balance between technology and nature's fury. The struggle was a test of endurance for the tools and vessels, each component pushed to its limits in the battle for survival. Eventually the whale's strength would wane, the rope slackening as the chase drew to its inevitable conclusion. The final act called for the lance, a long, slender blade designed to reach vital organs and bring the hunt to a close. The water would run red, the tools of the hunt bearing silent witness to the struggle's end. Ropes, pulleys, and blocks were then employed to secure the massive carcass, the technology of the hunt shifting from pursuit to retrieval. The whaleboats, now transformed into towing vessels, would haul the immense body back to the waiting ship, the journey far from over. The tools and vessels, battered but intact, had survived another encounter with the ocean's mightiest inhabitant. This historical method, a symphony of wood, iron and rope, reveals the extraordinary lengths to which technology was pushed in pursuit of the ocean's greatest prize. The world of whaling has transformed from the era of creaking wooden boats and hand-forged harpoons into a realm dominated by steel engines and relentless machinery. Today, where it still occurs, sperm whale hunting is orchestrated by immense vessels, floating fortresses of industry, gliding across the open ocean with purpose and precision. These ships, often travelling in coordinated fleets, are engineered for endurance and power, their hulls slicing through the waves as they communicate silently through advanced networks and sensors. The ocean, once vast and mysterious, is now mapped and monitored by an array of electronic eyes, radar, sonar and satellite links, shrinking the hunting ground to a manageable grid. Sonar pulses echo through the deep, bouncing off hidden giants, while satellite feeds relay positions and movements in real time, orchestrating a ballet of steel and circuitry. The tools of the hunt are no longer simple or primitive. Decks bristle with hydraulics, winches, and gleaming metal implements, each designed for a specific task in the operation. At the prow, harpoon cannons, sleek, mechanical, and formidable, stand ready, their barrels aimed with mathematical precision. With a thunderous release, the cannon launches an explosive-tipped harpoon, its trajectory calculated for maximum impact, the steel shaft trailing a thick cable as it arcs through the air. The harpoon is tethered not by rope but by industrial-grade steel cable, coiled and ready to absorb the immense force of the ocean's largest creatures. Upon impact, the harpoon detonates, sending shockwaves through the water, engineered to bring down a 45-ton leviathan with ruthless efficiency. The struggle that once defined the hunt is now replaced by the cold certainty of machinery, the process streamlined and relentless. Once the whale is subdued, the operation shifts seamlessly. Massive winches, their gears humming, draw the steel cable taut, securing the colossal body with mechanical arms and clamps. The winch system, a marvel of industrial engineering, hauls the immense weight with ease, the cables glinting as they spool and unspool in perfect synchrony. Engines roar to life, their horsepower channeled into towing the massive carcass through the waves, the ship's wake a testament to the raw power at play. The journey ends either alongside a floating factory ship or at a shore-based processing station, where the next phase of the operation begins. Towering cranes, their arms swinging with mechanical grace, lift the whale from the sea, hoisting it onto vast steel platforms designed for maximum throughput. The contrast is stark. Where once the open ocean was the only workspace, now engineered platforms and automated systems dominate, dwarfing the methods of the past. The butchering process unfolds like a mechanized ballet. Conveyor belts, hydraulic cutters and automated saws move in concert, reducing the whale to its components with clinical speed. Specialized blades forged for strength and precision slice through blubber and flesh, while machines separate bone from meat, each part destined for a specific use. The process is systematic, each step optimized for efficiency, the valuable resources extracted and sorted with unwavering regularity. Blubber is rendered in enormous vats, the oil separated and purified, while meat is packaged and flash frozen, all within a labyrinth of pipes, tanks and refrigeration units. The yield is tracked and measured, every drop and ounce accounted for as processed products are loaded onto waiting cargo ships for distribution. Yet, beneath this display of industrial might, the ocean bears silent witness. The scale of extraction leaves a mark, ecosystems altered, populations diminished, and the balance of the sea forever changed by the relentless advance of machinery. Deep beneath the rolling waves, the world of the sperm whale unfolds in silence and shadow. Here, in the vast blue, the whaling controversy is not just a matter of human debate, it is a question of survival, balance, and the fate of entire ecosystems. In the heart of the ocean, sperm whales live in tightly knit pods, their lives woven together by bonds of kinship and ancient rituals. Their intelligence is revealed in the way they care for their young, mourn their dead, and navigate the deep using a language of clicks and echoes that has echoed through the water for millennia. These gentle giants are not just individuals, but the architects of their environment. Their presence shapes the ocean, from the smallest plankton to the largest predators. When a whale dives, it stirs nutrients from the depths, feeding blooms of life that ripple outward through the food chain. The environmental debate centers on this intricate web. Every whale lost is not just a life ended, but a thread pulled from the tapestry of the sea. The ocean's health is bound to the fate of these creatures, and their decline echoes in the silence of empty waters and the fading of once vibrant ecosystems. The ethical questions run even deeper. Sperm whales possess a consciousness that is both alien and familiar, a mind capable of curiosity, play, and perhaps even sorrow. To hunt them is to confront the mystery of sentience itself, and to ask what responsibilities we bear toward beings who share our world but not our voice. Centuries of relentless pursuit have left scars on the ocean. Once the songs of whales filled every sea. Now in many places their voices are faint, their numbers a shadow of what they once were. The ecological cost is measured not just in whales lost, but in the silence that follows. Since the global moratorium on commercial whaling, there have been signs of hope. Pods gather once more in places long empty, and the ocean stirs with the promise of renewal. Yet the species remains vulnerable, its future uncertain, balanced on the edge of recovery and loss. The ecological debate is not just about numbers, but about the role these whales play in the living ocean. Their survival is a measure of the sea's resilience, and their loss a warning of imbalance that could ripple for generations, allowing any return to large-scale hunting risks, unraveling the fragile progress made. The memory of past exploitation lingers in the deep, a reminder that the ocean's bounty is not infinite, and that the mistakes of history can be repeated if vigilance falters. The controversy is not just about the fate of a single species, but about the soul of the ocean itself. The sperm whale is a symbol, a living testament to the power and vulnerability of nature. In the silent depths, the whales continue their ancient journey, unaware of the debates that rage above. Their world is one of patience, endurance, and the slow rhythms of the sea. The question remains, will the world choose to protect these magnificent beings, honoring their place in the ocean's story, or will their song fade into memory, another loss in the long history of the sea? The answer will shape not only the future of the sperm whale, but the fate of the ocean itself, a legacy written in the currents, the silence, and the enduring mystery of the deep. In the end, the whaling controversy is a story of the ocean's heart, a story still unfolding, in every breath, every dive, and every echo that travels through the blue. As we drift away from the colossal forms that rule the ocean's depths, our gaze settles on a far subtler marvel, one that glimmers quietly beneath the surface, hidden in the shadows of ancient rivers and seas. These are the black pearls of the water, caviar. Revered as black gold, these tiny orbs are the unfertilized eggs, or roe, of the sturgeon, a fish whose lineage stretches back to the age of dinosaurs, making each pearl a living relic of prehistory. Imagine the sturgeon gliding silently through murky waters, its armored body reflecting the faintest glimmers of sunlight that pierce the river's surface. For millions of years, these creatures have carried the secret of caviar within them, untouched by time. The sturgeon's slow, deliberate movements echo its patient journey through the ages. Its life unfolds at a pace dictated by nature alone, and it is this unhurried rhythm that makes its eggs so rare, so precious. Each glistening pearl is a testament to the passage of time, a symbol of luxury born from patience and the slow, secretive life of the sturgeon. The rarity of caviar is woven into the very fabric of its existence. Only after a decade or more does the sturgeon yield its treasure, and even then only a select few species produce the most coveted pearls. The journey from egg to pearl is a slow metamorphosis, with the sturgeon maturing over 10, 15, or even 20 years, especially for the legendary beluga. Each year adds to the depth and complexity of the caviar's flavor. The process is a quiet symphony of time and nature, unfolding in the cool, dark waters where sturgeon dwell, far from the rush of the world above. The allure of caviar lies not only in its rarity, but in its exquisite taste and texture, a sensory experience shaped by the mysterious depths from which it comes. Each pearl bursts gently, releasing a subtle symphony of flavors, a whisper of salt, a hint of the sea, a buttery richness that lingers like a memory of the ocean itself. To taste caviar is to experience the essence of the water's hidden treasures, a fleeting moment of luxury distilled from the ancient rhythms of the aquatic world. The sturgeon's environment must be pristine, its waters clear and rich with oxygen, echoing the untouched rivers and lakes where these fish have thrived for millennia. Vast, tranquil expanses of water cradle these ancient fish, their lives unfolding in silence beneath the surface, far from the eyes of the world. The water is a living tapestry, filtered and renewed, mirroring the purity of the wild, sustaining the sturgeon as they grow and mature. The sturgeon feed on what nature provides, their diet shaping the subtle nuances of the caviar they will one day yield. Only the purest conditions will do, for the black pearls of the water demand nothing less than perfection from their birthplace. From these hidden aquatic realms, caviar journeys across the globe, a treasure sought by those who understand its rarity and the story it tells of ancient waters and patient time. The finest caviar is reserved for the most discerning palates, its journey from the depths to the heights of luxury, a testament to its enduring mystique. There are many varieties of these aquatic jewels, each with its own story, its own subtle differences in colour, size and taste. The legendary beluga caviar, with its large, luminous pearls, is the crown jewel, its pale grey hue a reflection of the deep cold waters from which it comes. Osetra and Sevruga caviars, smaller and darker, offer their own unique flavours, shaped by the waters and the ancient fish that produce them. Each tin of caviar is a vessel of time, a treasure chest of the water's most secret riches, an edible legacy of the world's oldest living fish, and a reminder of the silent wonders that dwell beneath the surface. Deep beneath the surface, a mature female sturgeon glides through the cool, shadowy waters, her body heavy with precious eggs. The river's gentle current stirs around her, signalling that the time for a remarkable transformation is near. Within her, thousands of tiny eggs develop, each one a glistening orb, nurtured by the rhythms of the water and the subtle changes in temperature and light. The eggs reach their peak, firm, lustrous, and full of potential, awaiting the moment when nature's call will set them free. In the wild, this moment is a delicate balance. The sturgeon seeks a tranquil place, her instincts guiding her to the perfect spot for release. In one ancient path, the eggs are released into the flowing current, drifting and settling among the stones and silt, where they may one day hatch into new life. Here the eggs are left to the mercy of the river, protected only by their numbers and the shelter of the riverbed as the cycle of life continues. The sturgeon, now lighter, glides away, her role in the ancient ritual fulfilled, leaving behind a legacy hidden beneath the water's surface. In another path, the eggs remain within the sturgeon, their journey paused, awaiting a different fate. The water cools, the seasons shift, and the eggs continue to mature, their delicate membranes growing stronger, their colours deepening. Sometimes the sturgeon's body responds to the subtle cues of her environment, and she releases her eggs in a gentle, natural flow, ensuring her survival and the promise of future generations. The eggs, now free, begin their own journey. Some will nourish other creatures, while a precious few will grow, continuing the ancient cycle. The river's embrace preserves their freshness, the cold water keeping them pristine, their flavour and texture shaped by the purity of their environment. Over time, the eggs undergo a natural transformation, their taste and quality enhanced by the gentle touch of the river's minerals and the coolness of the depths. In some places, the sturgeon is allowed to live on, her eggs harvested in a way that lets her return to the water, to swim and thrive, and perhaps to create new life again. This path honours the sturgeon's resilience, allowing her to continue her journey, season after season. The eggs, once released, are carried by the current, their fate intertwined with the river's endless flow. The sturgeon rests, her body renewed, the cycle of life and renewal continuing in the silent world beneath the water. From these eggs, new sturgeon may one day emerge, tiny and fragile, ready to begin their own journey through the river's winding path. Whether left to the wild or carefully preserved by the river's chill, the eggs remain a symbol of nature's abundance and the enduring mystery of life beneath the surface. Their quality, colour and texture shaped by the water's purity, the eggs are nature's own delicacy, waiting for their story to unfold. The river's flow determines their fate, each egg a tiny world of possibility, sustained by the cold and the quiet of the deep. In the end, the two paths for caviar are written by the river and the sturgeon, a story of life, renewal, and the timeless dance of nature. Beneath the surface, the promise of new life and the legacy of the sturgeon endure, preserved by the water's embrace until the cycle begins anew. Deep beneath the rolling waves, the ocean is alive with stories older than memory. Here the sperm whale glides through the blue expanse, a silent giant whose every movement stirs the water with ancient wisdom. Nearby, the sturgeon, armoured and graceful, weaves through the river mouths and estuaries, a living relic from a time when dinosaurs ruled the earth. These creatures are more than just inhabitants of the sea, they are the architects of their world. The sperm whale, with its deep dives and thunderous calls, shapes the very rhythm of the ocean. The sturgeon, sifting through the riverbeds, stirs up nutrients that feed countless other lives. Their journeys are epic, migrating across vast distances, navigating by the pull of the moon and the taste of salt in the water. Each season, the sturgeon returns to ancient spawning grounds, while the whale plunges to the ocean's deepest canyons in search of squid. In their wake, they leave a trail of life. The whale's presence brings nutrients from the deep to the surface, feeding plankton blooms that nourish fish, birds, and even the great forests of kelp. The sturgeon's eggs, hidden among the stones, become the hope of a new generation. The balance of this world is delicate. Every action, every migration, every birth and death is a thread in the tapestry of the sea. When the sperm whale dives, it stirs the nutrients that spark new life. When the sturgeon spawns, it ensures the rivers remain vibrant and full. The ocean's health depends on this harmony. Coral reefs bloom where whales pass, and river deltas thrive where sturgeon roam. Each species, from the smallest shrimp to the mightiest whale, plays a part in the endless cycle of renewal. Communication pulses through the water. Whale songs echo for miles, while the subtle movements of sturgeon send ripples through the current. These signals keep the ecosystem in balance, warning of danger, calling for mates, or marking the changing of the seasons. The ocean is a living mosaic, each creature a vital tile. Remove one, and the pattern begins to fade. The loss of the whale or the sturgeon would echo through the food web, unraveling connections that have taken millennia to form. Conservation here is not a choice, but a necessity woven into the very fabric of life. The ocean's future depends on the survival of its great architects, its ancient travelers, and its silent guardians. Across the globe, invisible boundaries protect the most precious places. Nurseries for young whales, spawning grounds for sturgeon, sanctuaries where life can flourish undisturbed. In these havens, the ocean breathes freely. Here the balance is maintained, and the ancient dance of predator and prey, birth and death, continues as it always has. The future of the ocean is written in these moments, each leap, each dive, each new life emerging from the depths. The ocean's story is one of resilience, but also of fragility. It is a world where every creature matters, and every life is a thread in the great web of existence. To preserve this world is to honor the ancient pact of life, to give as much as we take, to nurture as much as we harvest. The ocean's future is not guaranteed. It depends on the balance of every ecosystem, the survival of every species, and the unbroken chain of life that stretches from the smallest plankton to the largest whale. In the end, the ocean's greatest treasure is not gold or caviar, but the living legacy of its creatures, the promise that life will continue wild and free for generations yet to come. The balance is delicate, but it is possible. The ocean endures as long as its guardians remain. The story of the sperm whale and the sturgeon is the story of the ocean itself, a world where every life is precious and every moment is a chance to renew the promise of tomorrow. The ocean's future is a question written in the tides, answered only by the continued dance of its oldest and most mysterious inhabitants. As long as the sperm whale sings and the sturgeon swims, hope endures for the living heart of the ocean. The ocean's story is not yet finished. Its future depends on the balance of life and the silent promise that the sea will always endure. In the shimmering dawn, the ocean whispers its ancient secret that all life is connected and the future belongs to those who cherish the balance of the deep. Gap 3S. Far below the sunlit surface, in the eternal twilight of the ocean's depths, a silent transformation begins. A great whale, once the ruler of the open sea, now drifts gently downwards, a final journey into the abyss. Its immense body, carried by unseen currents, becomes a vessel of life even in death. As it settles onto the cold, dark seafloor, the whale's presence is felt long before it touches down. Shadows flicker as deep-sea scavengers gather, drawn from miles around by the scent of opportunity. The first arrivals are the sleek, silver-bodied hagfish and swarms of amphipods, eager for the feast. Their teeth and rasping tongues tear into the whale's flesh, consuming what the ocean has offered. Within days, the whale's body becomes a bustling metropolis. Crabs, snails, and ghostly eel-pouts join the banquet, each claiming a share of the bounty. The feast is not a frenzy, but a careful, ordered process. Every creature has a role, every scrap is devoured, even the bones hold promise. As months pass, the whale's skeleton is all that remains, but the transformation is far from over. Specialized worms called ossidacs with blood-red plumes bore into the bones, extracting rich oils that will sustain them for years. Bacteria flourish, breaking down the last traces of fat, releasing nutrients that feed new colonies of life. Around the bones, a garden of life blooms in the darkness. Strange clams and mussels, fueled by the chemical energy released from the decomposition, form dense beds. Tube worms wave in the gentle currents, their white plumes filtering nourishment from the water. The whalefall has become an oasis, a rare, thriving community in the vast empty deep. For decades, the whale's legacy endures. Its body, once a single giant, now supports thousands of lives. Each stage of decomposition, flesh, bones, and finally minerals, unlocks a new chapter in the cycle of the deep sea. The nutrients released here will drift with the currents, nourishing creatures far beyond the reach of light. In the end, the whalefall is not an end but a beginning, a vital pulse in the hidden heart of the ocean. From the greatest leviathan to the tiniest worm, every life is linked in this grand tapestry. The deep sea, so often imagined as lifeless and still, is revealed as a place of renewal, transformation, and endless connection. The whale's final gift echoes through the darkness. In the ocean, nothing is wasted. Every ending is a promise, and every life, no matter how great or small, becomes the foundation for new beginnings. Across the vast expanse of the world's oceans, whales are more than just majestic giants. They are silent gardeners, nurturing life from the surface to the depths. Their daily journeys through the water create invisible threads that bind entire ecosystems together, shaping the health and productivity of the seas. Each time a whale dives deep to feed and then rises back toward the surface, it carries with it nutrients from the ocean floor. When whales exhale, defecate, or simply move through the water, they release plumes of nutrient-rich material into the sunlit layers above. This process, known as the whale pump, acts as a natural fertilizer, delivering essential elements like nitrogen, iron, and phosphorus to the surface waters where sunlight fuels the growth of phytoplankton. Phytoplankton, tiny floating plants, form the base of the marine food web. Fueled by the nutrients whales provide, these microscopic organisms bloom in vast numbers, capturing sunlight and transforming carbon dioxide into oxygen. The ripple effects are immense. Zooplankton graze on phytoplankton, small fish feed on zooplankton, and the chain continues, supporting everything from schools of fish to soaring seabirds and sleek marine mammals. But the influence of whales doesn't end at the surface. As they travel between feeding and breeding grounds, whales transport nutrients across thousands of miles, connecting distant parts of the ocean and helping to balance nutrient levels in regions that might otherwise be starved of life. Their massive bodies, both in life and in death, become reservoirs of energy and minerals that sustain countless species. Even whale songs play a role, stirring the water and helping to mix layers, ensuring nutrients are evenly distributed. In this way, whales help maintain the delicate balance that keeps the ocean teeming with life. Without these ocean giants, the nutrient cycle slows and the abundance of life in the sea begins to fade. Whales are not just inhabitants of the ocean, they are its engineers, its caretakers, and its silent stewards. Their presence echoes through every wave, every current, and every heartbeat of the deep blue world. Beneath the rolling waves, a dramatic transformation unfolds when a whale's life comes to an end. Its immense body, now drifting toward the ocean floor, becomes the centerpiece of a new, bustling ecosystem, a banquet that will nourish the deep for decades to come. As the whale carcass settles onto the abyssal plain, the first arrivals are swift and efficient. Sleek sharks and powerful sleeper sharks circle the remains, tearing through blubber and muscle with razor-sharp teeth. Their feeding frenzy attracts even more visitors, schools of hagfish and swarms of amphipods, eager to burrow into the soft tissues, breaking them down further with relentless determination. But the feast is only just beginning. As days turn to weeks, a procession of scavengers takes their place at the table. Crabs, brittle stars and giant isopods scuttle across the bones, picking at scraps and cleaning every crevice. With each bite, they recycle precious nutrients, fueling the growth of life even in the cold darkness of the deep sea. Within months, the whale's skeleton becomes a bustling metropolis. Specialized worms known as ossidacs or bone-eating worms bore into the bones, extracting fats and oils hidden inside. These remarkable creatures carry their own miniature gardens of bacteria which help digest the marrow, creating a habitat for even more microscopic life. The remains now support a web of relationships from tiny microbes to predatory snails and squat lobsters. Each species plays a part, breaking down the whale in stages, ensuring that nothing goes to waste. This ever-changing community can persist for decades, with new arrivals replacing old, all bound together by the nutrients the whale provides. Through this intricate dance of predators and scavengers, the whale's legacy lives on, its body nourishing not just one but hundreds of species. From the largest sharks to the smallest bacteria, all share in the bounty, weaving a tapestry of life that stretches across the seafloor. In the deep ocean, where food is scarce and darkness reigns, the fall of a single whale sustains an entire world. Here the cycle of life continues, powered by the silent gift of the ocean's gentle giants. Long before ships sailed the seas or cities dotted the shorelines, the ocean was ruled by silent giants, whales. Their story began over 50 million years ago when their ancestors walked on land as four-legged mammals. Drawn to the water's bounty, these early creatures waded into rivers and coastal shallows, gradually surrendering their limbs to the waves. Over millions of generations, their bodies transformed, limbs reshaped into powerful flippers, nostrils migrated to the tops of their heads, and tails broadened into mighty flukes. From small wolf-like foragers, they became the behemoths of the deep. As the continents shifted and climates changed, whales diversified. Some evolved into swift, toothy hunters, ancestors of the modern orca and sperm whale, while others, like the gentle blue whale, developed baleen plates to filter vast clouds of krill. Their colossal migrations would come to span entire oceans, connecting distant ecosystems and linking polar waters with the tropics. But the influence of whales reaches far beyond their size. As they glide through the water, their movements stir up nutrients from the depths, fertilizing the sunlit surface and feeding blooms of plankton. These drifting gardens form the foundation of marine life, feeding countless fish, seabirds, and even other giants. In death, whales continue to shape the ocean's landscapes. Their sunken bones become reefs on the abyssal plains, creating sanctuaries for unique species found nowhere else. Over eons, the rise and fall of these titans has sculpted the rhythms of marine life, weaving a lineage that stretches from ancient riverbanks to the boundless blue. Today, every whale carries the legacy of its ancestors, a living testament to adaptation, endurance, and the power to transform their world. In their silent passage, whales have not only survived the changing tides of time, they have helped shape the very heartbeat of the ocean itself. When a whale's life comes to an end, a profound transformation begins, one that reaches far beyond the silent descent of a colossal body into the abyss. As the whale sinks, its massive form becomes a vessel of change, setting off a cascade of chemical and physical processes that will ripple through the ocean for decades. Upon reaching the sea floor, the whale's body becomes a banquet for a host of specialized scavengers, Crabs, hagfish, and sleeper sharks arrive first, tearing through soft tissue and releasing a surge of organic matter into the surrounding water. This sudden influx of nutrients sparks a localized bloom of microbial life. Bacteria and archaea flourish, breaking down fats and proteins, and releasing compounds such as ammonia, phosphate, and sulfide into the sediment and water column. As the decomposition deepens, the environment around the whales' remains shifts dramatically. Oxygen levels in the immediate vicinity drop, consumed by the frenzy of microbial respiration. In these low-oxygen zones, anaerobic bacteria take over, driving a process called sulfate reduction. They convert sulfate from seawater into hydrogen sulfide, a gas that, while toxic to most life, becomes the foundation for a new community. Chemosynthetic organisms, including specialized bacteria, thrive on this hydrogen sulfide. These microbes form the base of an entirely different food web, supporting unique worms, clams, and mussels that would not survive elsewhere. The whale's bones, rich in lipids, provide a slow-release energy source, fueling this community for decades. As the bones are gradually consumed, calcium and other minerals are leached into the sediment, subtly altering its chemistry and structure. Over time, the whale fall becomes a microhabitat, a patch of altered chemistry and biodiversity on the otherwise barren seafloor. The legacy of the fallen giant lingers as nutrients continue to diffuse outward, enriching the local ecosystem and fertilizing distant waters through slow-moving currents. In this way, the death of a single whale triggers a chain reaction of transformation, weaving its energy and elements back into the ocean's tapestry and ensuring that nothing in the deep is ever truly lost. In the vast, endless blue, the whale glides, a living emblem woven into the fabric of the sea itself. Across the world's oceans, from the icy Arctic to the sunlit tropics, whales are more than just colossal beings. They are symbols echoing the mysteries and power of the marine realm. In the shadowy depths, the whale's song is a voice of the abyss, a haunting melody that drifts through water like an ancient legend, resonating with the pulse of the planet. Each note, a vibration through salt and shadow, is a call that binds distant waters, uniting hidden valleys and towering seamounts in a choir of living sound. Here, the whale's presence embodies the ocean's memory, holding stories from epochs long past, secrets of migration, survival, and change. To the coral reefs, the whale is a passing giant, a harbinger of rare abundance. Its shadow sweeps over vibrant cities of life, sending ripples that stir fish into swirling dance. The whale's journey becomes a symbol of renewal, marking the turning of seasons and the eternal cycles that govern the tides. In the open ocean, where the horizon blurs and the sky meets water, whales are the silent guardians of the deep. Their immense forms move with gravity and grace, a reminder of the ocean's unfathomable depths and its unyielding strength. The whale's breath, a sudden plume at the surface, is a symbol of hope, a sign that life endures even in the most remote and relentless places. Among the kelp forests and rocky coasts, the whale is a spirit of transformation. Its passage stirs clouds of plankton, feeding countless creatures in its wake. In these tangled underwater woods, the whale's presence is a mythic link between the surface world and the mysterious realm below, a living bridge between light and darkness. From the smallest tide pool to the deepest trench, the whale endures as a symbol of the ocean's soul, mysterious, powerful, and ever-changing. Its journey is a legend written in water, a silent testament to the enduring spirit of the sea. Beneath the shifting surface of the world's oceans, a new era dawns, one shaped by the silent currents of change and the patient resilience of the whales. As the sun rises over endless blue, the ocean hums with the energy of renewal, weaving together the destinies of its great leviathans and the teeming life they inspire. In these future waters, vast kelp forests stretch farther than ever before, their emerald fronds swaying in rhythm with the tides. Here, whales glide through underwater corridors lush with life, their movements subtly guiding schools of fish and fields of plankton into flourishing abundance. The ocean's food webs are stronger, more intricate, as each whale's journey stirs nutrients from the deep, sparking new blooms of life in their wake. Beneath the waves, coral cities glitter with vibrant color, their reefs strengthened by the balanced dance of ocean chemistry. The songs of whales echo through these labyrinths, their calls weaving a tapestry of sound that knits distant habitats together. These melodies help guide lost creatures home, the vibrations carrying messages of safety and plenty across vast distances. High above, the sky and sea blend in seamless harmony. Weather patterns, once wild and unpredictable, now follow gentler rhythms, their stability a quiet reflection of the ocean's restored health. Whales surface in the golden light, their breaths mingling with the mist, each exhale a plume of hope rising to meet the dawn. In the midnight depths, bioluminescent gardens bloom atop ancient whale falls, living constellations that pulse with new life. Here, scavengers and symbiotes thrive, their ecosystems more diverse and resilient than ever before. The bones of past giants become the bedrock for tomorrow's abundance, each skeletal cathedral a monument to the cycles of renewal. Across the planet's great blue heart, the future unfolds in shimmering promise. Whales, timeless navigators, continue their epic migrations, unhindered, unafraid, and unbound. Their presence sustains the ocean's balance, their songs a promise written in water. In these tomorrow's tides, the legacy of the whales is not just survival, but the flourishing of the living ocean, a story of hope that echoes endlessly through the deep.